Welcome to Reflect, Inspire, and Motivate with Marleen Smith. A special welcome and hello to you, my dear school friend who passed and shouted me a couple of days ago. And you remember, you said to me, "Hi Marleen, how are you? Why don't you keep off the people's Facebook? I watch you, I watch your videos on Facebook." But I want to introduce you also to my YouTube channel where you can also watch and enjoy my videos. There's something very special about school friends, old school friends. Even though you may have finished school decades ago, there are always the memories, and somehow you don't seem to forget their faces, their personalities, their full names, because of course the names had to be read from the register every day for attendance, and you tend to remember them like sisters, because my school was a girls' school and they were all girls, so you tend to see them as sisters because you're in their company every day and you share so much with them. And I remember so many of my schoolmates, the moments we shared, the fun and the joy. At lunchtime, we would do things like dancing and mad modeling and so on. When we were at games doing physical education, the fun that we had on the pasture, on the hard court. And I remember their personalities, the many conversations that we shared, the many fun moments, the many jokes. And when I see them sometimes, they all that comes back to me. And my dear friend, you know who you are, who shouted me a couple of days ago when you passed amid all that busy traffic and you slowed down to shout me, I remembered a joke that we shared in first form, and I don't know if you remember that joke. And I just smiled to myself. That same warm bubbly personality is still there. So greetings to you, all the best to you and your family for the holidays, and I wish you all the success and all the good things that are in store for you for 2018, and also to all of my other old school friends who I still keep contact with on social media, and those who I have grown apart from. And to the wider audience, happy holidays, continue to celebrate and enjoy, but you keep everything in moderation, and remember the purpose of the season. Today my topic is finding your own space. It is important that you have your own space so that you can find time for yourself. There should be no need for you to make excuses or beg or explain for what is rightfully yours. It is very healthy and natural to want to be in your own space by yourself. I find it highly disrespectful and presumptuous when people question my need for my space, and they tend to make you feel guilty about something that's very essential in your life. You are an individual, and you are not just a physical being with physical needs. You are an emotional being with emotional needs, and also a spiritual being with spiritual needs. everyone also has a creative well which they need to go to and draw from so that they can fill up and then let out their creativity. Those of you who are not really into being in touch with your wholesomeness as an individual, sorry, your wholeness, not your wholesomeness, your wholeness as an individual, and who never gets so deep, may just realize that you have a need to be alone so that you can read, or so that you can think, or that you can plan or focus, or that you can reminisce. Or maybe you may want to go on the internet, or you may want to watch a movie or watch some YouTube videos, or you might just want to relax. Some people need their space so that they can explore with their beauty and their own style, and also pamper themselves. And that, there's nothing wrong with that. That is your right. Then there are those of us who get deep, and you don't want to have people buzzing around you all of the time. For example, me, I love to write, and when I write, I need to have my own space so that I can think, so that I can go into my creative well and draw from it. So I don't need people all around me with all of the distractions. And people have a way of making it convenient for them to want to strike up a conversation at that particular time when you decide to be creative. And it so happens that that might be the time when your creative juices start to flow and your thoughts and your ideas begin to circulate. And you know what? When that distraction comes, it just cuts you off, and the thought never comes back, or the thoughts, the ideas that were flowing never come back. So we need to let people know, without any feelings of guilt or without any big explanation, that we need to have our own space. But they have a way of making you feel guilty, and they also make you feel that you're a weird person and that you are antisocial. And I'll tell you something, I find that to be rude, disrespectful, and totally out of place. If I'm practicing yoga or meditation or praying or maybe studying or reading a book, I cannot have people who obviously cannot find a place and time to sit quietly with themselves and enjoy a blessed, peaceful moment alone, all around me vying for attention. Your time will come, but please respect my time and my space for the time being. When you are in touch with your body and your existence as an individual. You easily sense when things are out of balance and when things are out of sync. And therefore, you will need space to find exactly where the weak link is. Sometimes it may be one or more of your chakras that may be blocked, and you may need to work on it or them, and therefore you will need to find time and your own space to work on yourself and bring your chakras into alignment. I'll share a little of my own experience with you. From childhood and way into adulthood, I was always very quiet and reserved and introverted, to the point where others found me to be strange. What they did not know is that I was not strange. It's just that I am an introvert, and the world is full of introverts. There are many, many of us out there. Now, being an introvert does not necessarily mean that you are shy. It just means that you go into yourself a lot, and you may store and process your talent, your creativity, your thoughts on the inside until you're ready to release them. It is only when I started to study at the tertiary level, where I had to participate in and present projects and do public speaking, that I began to open up and expose my creative side. Then after that, I joined a Toastmasters club, where I was called upon to do impromptu speaking and to do prepared speeches, where I would have prepared them and then presented them. This caused me to really find my voice and feel my presence in a social setting. Before that, all of my thoughts and my ideas and expressions only went on paper. I expressed myself through poetry, short stories, and other types of writing. Right now, at this moment, I am working on my throat chakra so that I can improve my communication with clarity and effectiveness. So I am still a work in progress. In all of this, I would need to have my own space so that I can be creative and develop myself whilst maximizing my potential. Now, I know that there are thousands of you out there who are just like me and understand what I am talking about. I can't be alone in this world. I know that there are thousands of you out there who can relate to what I'm talking about today. Finding your space and finding time for yourself is very, very important. It is an essential part of your life. I encourage you to find your space. Own your space. Have people respect your space and your time. I want to thank you for watching. I encourage you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like, comment, and share the videos. Happy season to all of you. Adios.